We're back. Yes. And we're back with another vlog-related stuff on a movie we just recently watched.
Yes. And you know what? My brain's not back yet, guys.
Yeah, the movie we watched today, if you can't tell...
Super Mario Brothers.
The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh. It's a blast.
That's what
this ain't no game. It's a live-action thrill ride. Starring Bob Hopkins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, who played...
people said it's a blast is the Washington Post.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'll let you read the back description.
You want to read the back description?
Yes.
Alright, so it says... Somebody said it's eye-popping special effects. That was by 60-second preview. Maybe they only watched 60 seconds of the movie. I mean, the special effects were okay, I guess.
Yeah, they were. And if you're watching it for 60 seconds, it's kind of hard to...
Yeah. Alright, so buckle up and hang on tight. The discovery of a parallel universe launches you into the adventure of a lifetime. Yeah, sure. Mario and Luigi, two wacky plumbers, undertake a daring quest to save a princess in Dino Hatton?
Dino Hatton, like Manhattan.
Dino Hatton, okay. A hidden world where the inhabitants evolved from dinosaurs. Mario, Bob Hoskins, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Luigi, John Leguizamo, regarding Henry, face deadly challenges from diabolical lizard king Dennis Hopper, Hoosiers, and must battle giant reptilian Goombas, outwit misfit thugs, and undermine a sinister scheme to take over the world. Blast off for non-stop excitement with Super Mario Brothers, the live-action thrill ride that dazzled moviegoers everywhere. Yes, dazzled or baffled? Come on.
Oh,
I think they baffled.
Certainly dazzled it in... Man.
Come on, man.
This movie is terrible.
It was bad, guys. After watching it, I actually...
You watched it back when you were a kid, you said.
No, I didn't.
Or when you were younger.
I missed it. It was on TV, guys, a little bit. I saw a little bit of it on TV. And then I watched it a few years ago. And it was bad. Oh my god. And it's bad today, too, guys. There's a theme of de-evolving in this, and I think we've just de-evolved after watching this.
I feel like I just got stupider, because I think my brain cells actually killed themselves to forget, because 24 minutes in, I was like, hey, D. Tyson, I forgot what just happened in the last 30 minutes of this movie. This movie...
Even the characters forgot what the hell was going on. Remember that? It's like, Mary, what? He forgot to do where something was, or Luigi was forgetting something. I forgot.
We'll get to that part. But yeah... This movie. This is back in that age where it's like because video games were popular back then, and we wanted to make a big movie to cash in on it. So stuff like Ninja Turtles, Transformers, stuff. Some of it was successful, like say the Mortal Kombat movie we watched last time. And then they tried it with Super Mario. Sounds like a good idea.
Nah.
Man, it was just stupid.
This came out in, I believe, 1993. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a scene in the movie where there was a massive car chase where Mario and Luigi were using a police car, right?
Yeah.
And then we had a thought. Well, Al had a thought that maybe this inspired Mario Kart, guys. That'd be scary enough.
I was like, is that the one good thing in this movie? It inspired that? That'd be terrible. So yeah, the movie. Okay, the way it started out, just kind of like we're in a completely different movie. It starts talking about dinosaurs. And sure, in the Mario game, like Super Mario World, which I also have.
World.
In Super Mario World, there are dinosaurs. There is dinosaur land.
Yeah, Yoshi.
Like, look at this. I'm not claiming to be a Mario fan, but I own the games. I like them, and they're good.
Well, you recognize most of the characters too, so yeah, you're definitely a fan, because there were some names that I wasn't aware of, and he knew who the characters were. Like Big Bertha is not a fish in this movie.
Oh,
she's like a big bouncer woman.
She's a big black bouncer fat lady. I feel so bad for her.
One of those scenes was extremely uncomfortable, right? In the club or wherever they were in.
Yeah, that was just.
It didn't make any sense.
Well, and also, not only did they ruin Mario, they ruined the Super Scope.
Yeah, even though Super Scope was featured,
it was in the movie as the de-evolution gun.
Yep, it was.
Oh my god, look at all this Mario stuff I have. Like,
well, this is one thing you don't want to have, guys. Don't have this in your collection, honestly. Jeez.
I was like, I'm surprised you still actually have the movie in your collection.
I shouldn't. I know.
But yeah, okay. So the movie starts out talking about dinosaurs and how this meteor that killed them split their dimensions apart. Yeah. So now there's a dinosaur world, and now there's our world,
Yeah,
the
so
human
Manhattan
world.
and Dino Hudson. Yeah.
And it's not too far of a stretch because Mario was dragged in from our world into another world, the Mushroom Kingdom. So it was still a little weird, but it was still weird. But you know, it wasn't too far fetched if you think about it. Like for instance, you remember when they were taken into the police station, and it was like, "Hey, what's your name?" It's like Mario. What's your last name? Mario.
Yeah.
And it's like, you think about it, it's kind of stupid, and I thought it was stupid too.
Yeah.
Luigi's like, "What's your first name?" Luigi. What's your last name? Mario. And it's like,
what?
Why would you ever do that? But then you said, "Oh, they're the Mario Brothers," and then I had to pause and be like,
That's still pretty silly though. I don't know. Is it?
I was like, you somehow made sense of that scene. They're called the Mario Brothers because their last name is Mario. And I was like, no. Oh, I said like, what the fuck, like 5 times in this movie when something stupid happened.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of one scene that really had you going.
I just had to break out of it.
There was something else. What was it? Damn it.
I remember. See, this movie is already like.
Yeah, we already forgot most of it. Oh, jeez.
Because we don't want to remember it, but I sort of want us to just for this video.
I think the part with Toad made you cringe too, where they
when he appeared or when something happened to him.
I think when something happened to him, or you were surprised that it was Toad. Like when you heard Toad, you're like, oh no. You're like, that's
Toad is played by a guy who's like a hobo on the street with a guitar. He's not the Toad with a big giant fungus head.
Yeah, they totally messed up.
And Luigi always says this thing in the movie. It's like, trust me,
yeah,
trust
yeah,
me,
he says it a
trust
lot.
me, trust
He's
me.
like, Terminator, trust me. Right, like Arnold or something. Yeah. Oh my god.
Shut up, Luigi acts really high in this movie.
Yeah,
I gotta
too
say.
much fungus. I guess trust the fungus.
I was like,
instead of use the force, trust the fungus. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can't believe it's like it's. I kind of didn't catch that, but you can kind of see the resemblance with it. But it's just like, just trust me. It's like no wonder he jumped so high in the games. And technically, mushroom do kind of make you high, so there was that. Yeah, the Mushroom Kingdom is just Manhattan. Actually, I mentioned halfway in the movie, I was like, this entire movie seems like it was shot behind a garbage dump because there was the junkyard. Then there was the garbage truck, and it was like, we don't even know where we are. I just know we're in a city.
I mean, the film itself is a pile of trash, so I guess it makes sense that's filming that kind of a location.
Yeah,
but yeah, oh my god. One thing I will say, Dennis Hopper.
Man.
I mean, he's generally good at playing villains, but this felt very comedic. Like the way he was playing it, and creepy at the same time.
Oh, when he was talking with Daisy, he acted
Daisy,
like a complete rapist.
Yeah, it was pretty. But I mean, some of it, the way that he played the role, kind of reminded me of Dr. Evil later on, which came out probably a few years after this movie.
See, that movie was a comedy.
It was supposed to be a comedy,
and it didn't ruin anything.
No, but this was trying to be, I mean, based off a video game, but it went in an entirely different direction.
It had the video game name, but had nothing to do with the video game.
And Al checked if there was any, mention of Nintendo, and we checked. There's no.
I couldn't find anything
anywhere here.
So I don't know. Like, was this even approved by Nintendo?
I think so. Yeah.
Like the Wizard, that was just a huge advertisement. I expected
for Mario 3
endorsed. And you know what? Here's another. I mentioned this like just before we recorded this that there's no Nintendo seal of quality on this.
No seal of quality, guys. See it?
Granted, it's the DVD, but I imagine the poster didn't have it either.
No, I don't think so.
That's the first sign of trouble if there's no Nintendo seal of quality.
And what do you think about the acting of Bob Hoskins and?
I actually thought he
did okay.
He fits a good Mario. If only there was a better script and plot behind. And he was also in Roger Rabbit, which I didn't recognize because his mustache was in the way. And I was like, I had to look in and like, oh, it is the detective guy.
Yeah, I think he did well. I don't know if you're aware of this, but apparently Danny DeVito was given the script. And they wanted him to be Mario, and he turned it down. I can't blame him for that, but yeah, Bob Hoskins maybe needed the money, and he went along with it. But he did well. I think
I didn't get pissed off at him. No, I thought he was fine.
Luigi Zaimo, I mean, he played the character really like as if he was high, as you said, but
and also at another point, I was like, when they're in the desert and his shirts and stuff, I was like, that almost looks like Taylor Lautner, like from the Twilight movies, when he wasn't like all beefed up.
Yeah, there's just a lot of scenes that didn't make any sense, guys. And Yoshi, I mean,
fuck, man.
The animatronics were pretty, I don't know.
The animatronics was okay.
Yeah, they had the big tongue at one point. You weren't sure if they were gonna see that.
Now,
but,
Yoshi's not green, although there are brown Yoshis.
And a lot smaller too. Maybe
you can't ride them, and
maybe they're trying to say like it's a recently born, perhaps. I'm not sure.
But he's been chained to the thing. Oh no, the chain. Yoshi at one point gets chained in the room with Daisy. By the way, Princess Peach is not in this, so you completely
it's
fucked
Daisy.
that up.
Yeah, Daisy's in it.
So Yoshi's chained in the room at one point, and I looked towards you because later he's out of it.
Yeah, he broke the chain.
Or no, like he broke out of the room because I thought he was chained to that room at that point. So it was like, wait, he got out of that? And then Daisy goes up and it's like, oh, you poor thing. And I'm like, you could have taken that off. You didn't break it. You didn't do anything. You just like, oh, you poor thing. Fuck you, movie.
Another thing that
insulting
surprised us was the fact that Peach is not mentioned here at all. Neither is Princess Toadstool. We have this woman called.
They're both the same.
Yeah, Mario's girlfriend is Daniela. Like who the hell?
At first, I thought it was Pauline from like the Donkey Kong series, and I'd been like, oh, that's kind of a funny
Daniela.
thing.
I'd never heard of this character. I guess she's created for the movie.
And
maybe Nintendo didn't allow her to be in it. I don't know. Is that possible?
You're able to have Mario and Luigi, and it's just like you had all this. Maybe that's why they didn't. It's not. I don't see Nintendo on this thing, so probably that's why.
Another thing, not one time in this film do Mario and Luigi ever stomp on anything. They don't jump on anything, right?
The one
I don't think they do. They just use
Mario kicked Koopa.
He uses the boot to like launch Koopa, but he doesn't actually like physically have it on his foot. Like he throws the right.
He just throws it.
Yeah, which is
like he launches like.
That doesn't make any sense.
I was gonna think like the Kurobi boot from 3 where you can hop in and do the thing, but you can't even count that. And speaking of Koopa, he does not look like Koopa.
Not at all. No.
He's just Dennis Hopper in a human form.
Like near the end, he does. I mean, look more like a weird T-Rex.
Yeah, that was weird. It looks like something like another dinosaur time or whatever that movie that Whoopi Goldberg was in that starred her as a detective with a dinosaur. Theodore Rex.
Oh, I don't remember that. Wow, jeez.
Wow, I can't believe I pulled that out of my ass. I pulled it better than this movie. And the Goombas, they're not Goombas. They're just big guys in suit with tiny heads.
You know what they reminded me of? I don't know if you've seen Beetlejuice. Ever seen the movie?
Oh, I can see what you're going for, but no, I haven't.
In that movie, near the end, there's this guy who I don't know his name, but he has like this sand, and when he pours it on somebody's head, their head shrinks, and it kind of reminds me of the way the Koopas look in this film. They probably got inspired by that scene in Beetlejuice. Oh shit! But that was oh my god, it just boggled the mind. I think that's how small our brains get after watching this. Like
your brain, like I was because Daniel or D Tyson here was telling me like, oh, this movie is bad, and I know it was bad. I went in there expecting it to be bad, but even with my expectations that low, I was still not prepared for this. And the reviews I saw, it didn't seem that bad, but it was pretty insulting.
Even Nostalgia Critic didn't prepare you for this, right?
No. In fact, now that I think about his review again, it wasn't that good.
No. So he missed out on a lot of
things. They didn't actually talk about the really, really bad points that just bugged it was just insulting to the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie, they got the part about them being plumbers right. It involved the reason they get into like a Dino Manhattan, it's not called the Mushroom Kingdom, but there's fungus everywhere. Is because Luigi's girlfriend, Daisy, which their relation is just like...
Yeah, they just met,
and that's it. We're all over.
He helps her make a phone call, has a quarter on him.
And I guess she finds him cute, sort of, so it's like, oh, he's kind of innocent and stuff.
And Mario...
the relation is...
Mario helps Luigi, and I guess talk to her because, Luigi's shy.
And really high. But yeah, an event leads to another where, Iggy and Spike...
Oh, yeah.
They're humans, and they're retards. They're in the Super Mario... Actually, they're in Super Mario Brothers 3 as the bosses you can fight, Iggy and Spike. And it's like, they're idiots, and they're trying to kidnap Daisy because King Koopa, their cousin, not their father, or like, whatever, tells them to go kidnap Daisy. She gets kidnapped. Luigi and Mario come to go after her and help, and that's how they end up in Manhattan, and then all the crazy, stupid shit happens. It's like, at one point I was like, I've never seen Cool World, but this is what I'd imagine Cool World would be.
Yeah, another thing about Iggy and was it Iggy and Spike? Was it?
Yeah, Iggy and Spike.
Yeah, they just seemed like they were kind of inspired by characters like Bebop and Rocksteady from Ninja Turtles,
or some sort of punk,
or even like what was it, the Bulk and Skull from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Yeah, I would
but
put that there.
Did this come around the same time?
As Power Rangers? I think Power Rangers was 1990. Right? I think Power Rangers was 1995, wasn't it?
It was 95?
Or was it 4? I don't know. We got our years wrong.
Yeah, it was either 93 or 94, yeah. One of those.
It was at Bully Face. Oh.
Yeah, but...
oh, right.
Remember
the opening scene where the lady comes to the church?
Yeah, we never know who that is. Like, I guess it's Daisy's mom.
Daisy's mom, which is the queen. It's like that cliche was played so much where it's like, I gotta leave my child with some other people to take care of.
Yeah,
and like that was so played out in the 90s. Like,
and it's an actual egg. It wasn't. She wasn't in human form yet.
Yeah, so. she was born from an egg because she's from the land of the dinosaur stuff. Wait.
Yeah. Her father
de-evolved to a fungus.
Yeah.
So shouldn't she have been like a mushroom when she arrived then, and not a dinosaur egg?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
And then back to King Koopa being a creepy like rapist when she was talking to her. So you're telling me he kissed her when she was still an egg? How did he kiss her and be like, a dinosaur girl never forgets her first kiss? It's like, wait, you kissed her before she was born and somehow along. What?
So wait, do you think he somehow like altered what she was? So he's gonna turn her into a dinosaur? I don't know. It's weird.
Was her mother a dinosaur? And like
I don't know,
her mother was married to a fungus king, and that's the Mushroom Kingdom part. It's filled with fungus.
It really doesn't add up, guys. No.
Also, I mentioned the fungus looks like vomit at some point. Like it's just like everywhere. Yeah. This movie is unpleasant to look at.
It makes you want to vomit. That's why.
This movie is unpleasant to look at. It's just really dark and tries to be gritty, I guess, sort of. I don't know. I can't tell what this movie's trying to go for, other than pure stupid junk.
Yeah, because I mean, like the rating is PG, but I would not take a child to watch this.
Because there's like a...
So they said sci-fi action, mild language, and sensuality, which is probably from that.
Okay, they got it. Yeah. Like you put sci-fi within Mario, and then if it's not Mario Galaxy, you got it all wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned like the dance club, like the dance club. They had strippers there.
Yeah, almost.
Or they weren't people in.
Yeah, they weren't like stripping, but yeah, still.
I was like,
sorry.
Just like,
they were dancing. Yeah.
No. And they also said kill a lot. Like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. It's like
even Mario said I'm gonna kill you.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
You kill enemies, but it's not like Mario is like, I'm gonna kill you. It's me. I'm Mario. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna like we know, but you don't mention that. And then the flamethrower guns to just do the fireball thing because Mario never like uses the mushroom to grow, but it turns into a shield. Which is weird.
Right. I was hoping for a scene where we'd at least see like a flower and Mario get the the firepower.
Or like
nothing happened like.
Or a fire spitting flower, like he grabs it and shoots it. Because like for instance in Smash Brothers, when you grab a fire flower, you just spray it around like a flamethrower, and it's like you could have done that. No, we gotta have guns.
Because Daisy, I mean, technically her name is a flower, right? But there was no sign of an actual flower. I don't think in the whole movie. Yeah. They could have
this movie is devoid of life.
I think so. Because even the scene with the mushroom, what would have made more sense is if we actually had a shrinking scene where maybe Mario got, badly hit, or Luigi and they shrunk, and then there was a mushroom. That that would have made sense. But there was no mention of any video game reference other than
except for the Bob-omb, which is the
that's
only
true. That's
thing.
true.
And by the way, that Bob-omb is sponsored by Reebok because underneath it's
you're right.
It's Reebok. So I'm like, oh jeez. And then there was that water bottle, Avian.
Oh yeah, Evian in the water.
Right. But the Bob-omb, it was able to like walk on walls and stuff, and I'm like,
yeah, the product placement was pretty strange. I think Reebok should have
gotten a refund. They had a better product placement in that vampire game that never got released. Reebok or Dracula's Night Out. Let's see. What was it?
Yeah, I'm trying to recall what else we can mention, guys. But this is a pretty.
There's no Mario Brothers theme.
What happened? Yeah, there is no Mario Brothers theme. Yeah, it feels weird. I mean,
the music. Oh, you mentioned the music maker composer was the guy from.
Yeah, Alan Silvestri, the same guy who composed Back to the Future and Predator, which are epic themes.
And he composed the music
this
for
crap.
this.
I feel sorry for him. Because
I don't even remember what happened and what music was playing.
You know what I think happened, guys? Usually when they get a musical composer, they make them watch the movie and they'll try to fit the mood of each scene. I think he just like watched it and was like, "What the hell is this?" And he just couldn't feel like like he couldn't
Get an idea.
come up with the music that would fit the spirit of this game because this game has no soul. Sorry, this movie has no soul, man. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So that's probably why he couldn't come up with anything.
There's no Mario Brothers theme, but there is a Mario Brothers theme in the DVD menu. But we're not counting that because that was added later.
After the fact, yeah. So.
Oh. Remember when I went into the caption screen? It was like words for the audio impaired. I was like,
it's for the audio impaired.
I was like,
that's or for
just put subtitles.
Or for the hearing impaired. Yeah.
I was like, why do you need to bring that up? It's like it's kind of like giving the middle finger to people. Like, hey, here's a subtitle for those of you who can't hear this awful movie. Those who can't hear this awful movie, you get to read this awful movie.
Which might be better, actually. I don't know. Because you have maybe more left to the imagination than hearing what the crap.
That is kind of sad.
Yeah, it is sad. But
let's see. Oh yeah, so we mentioned that Daisy's father has been de-evolved into a fungus.
Yeah.
So it was like, so he's helping the Mario Brothers throughout the city
as a fungus
by putting things. And Luigi keeps noticing like, hey, this tiny ass bomb. Like if I was there, I wouldn't have seen it. Would you? It was just like weird.
Yeah. And just trust me, he kept saying that. He jumps. Well, at one point he jumped, but it was like an inside joke because he was hanging, right? Wasn't he? What was that terrible scene?
That was just the most.
He's like, "You might trust me," until he jumps, but he was hanging on by a
he
rope,
realized
right?
it like a hook. He realized it at the last second.
And then Mario, thinks, "Okay, I'll trust him, I guess." And then he does the same thing, but then he just drops.
So it was like this. They were both here. Luigi jumps, and I assume like he jumped, he was lowered. I don't think he jumped high enough to be hooked onto a hook.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume he jumped and he was low enough for Mario to see the hook. So somehow Mario doesn't see the hook, and it's just like. Okay. What was that? That was so stupid.
I'm trying to think of other moments that had us cringing.
Big Bertha, like you mentioned, who I'm pretty damn sure it's the red fish in Mario Brothers 3 that eats you, because the tiny fishes are called bloopers. So Big Bertha,
which would make sense, yeah,
is a big black fat bouncer lady, and it's just like. Yeah, that's what I think of Big Bertha when I think of, Big Bertha. It's just weird, and like she kind of gets along with them for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I was trying to think, why would they choose this character as Bertha? I mean, there was a mention of WrestleMania. Remember, like Mario was going to take Daniela to WrestleMania or something? He was supposed to do that?
Oh, yeah, I was like, Daniela.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I feel bad for people called Daniels.
There was a wrestler... Well, like a bigger wrestler, a female wrestler called
whatever.
Bertha Faye. But that was around 1995, which was after this movie. So, yeah, that doesn't apply. But it's just weird that they chose, the character as Big Bertha. What else can we say about this forgettable movie? You ever heard of Nat Cole King?
Who?
Nat Cole King. He's a famous singer who had a song called Unforgettable. Well, he should have made a remix for this film, guys. Forgettable, because
we should have watched this instead. The
Yoshi's Island,
Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Magical Tool of Yoshi's Island. We get more
enjoyment.
Yeah, because it's based on the video game, but obviously it's advertisement sort of stuff. But I'd rather watch that. I thought this was like a Mario movie, but no, it's just a showcase of the game.
Yes, I really think at the end of the day, guys, they should have made an animated Mario movie.
Yes, this is just
by Nintendo, not a live action. I know a lot of movies were trying to be live action, but you know what?
Ninja Turtles.
But most of them failed. Other than the original Ninja Turtles actually did well as a live action surprisingly, but this did not.
And Mortal Kombat, which Mortal Kombat was acceptable. It was acceptable for the live action.
I'm trying to think of other ones that are actually okay.
Based off of a video game.
Well, we haven't seen Double Dragon, but we've heard bad things about that.
I heard bad things about that too.
Watch.
And Robert Patrick is in that.
Yeah, he is. He's a villain. He's a Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, basically, this movie should not have been done live action because there were just so many things that just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like, when they jump, they use rocket boots, which is like.
Yeah, you never see that in the movie. It was almost like, actually, we made a mention of this near the end of the film. Actually, well, basically near the end of the film, the way they hint at a potential sequel, it's almost as if they were
expecting it
inspired by Back to the Future. Remember the way it ends?
Yeah, it kind of has that.
Like, you're not going to believe this, like in the future or something, right? It's like, what is this? And they did so bad, guys, that the sequel was never made. It was never made.
I think it was pretty obvious, and they had a little too much confidence.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't know this, but Wizward pointed out after watching some kind of review that there was actually something following the credits, which was kind of unheard of back in the day. At this point in time, movies didn't really have things after the credits.
Like a little bonus at the end, and now, I think most people would have ran out of the theater.
Yeah, now it's more common, but when I first watched it, I didn't know. So he told me today, and we saw it. I was like, wow, okay, that didn't really...
So at the end, there were these two guys who were supposedly the Japanese developers, like Shigeru Miyamoto, which his name should not be in this movie, where they're talking to Iggy and Spike about, hey, we want to make a video game based off your adventures. So how did they... And you were like, how did they know about this? And it was like, oh, it's a cheeky little, hey, we made a video game.
One of them was called Iggy's World, I think.
Iggy's World, which I think actually existed.
Yeah, it's something about like the... Koopa Cousins or something?
Super Koopa
Cousin.
Instead of Super Mario Bros. Cause get it? Yeah. Oh, God, the TV was like the Mario Brothers, more like the Super Mario Brothers.
And they're all excited. It's like, oh my God.
That was also a weird thing. That news announcer only announced like the return of
3 weeks, right?
After 3 weeks, they then announced like, hey, we say all the missing Brooklyn girls have been returned to the families. Yeah. You took 3 weeks to do that. 2 days maybe. 3 days maybe. But at least within the first week.
Yeah, 3 weeks later. Oh, man.
I know we're missing a lot. Oh, remember that tube when they're sliding out of the Koopa Tower somehow led back into the city?
Yeah.
How? Why? Oh, and then before that, one of the Danielle's friends there.
Oh, that part.
When she was like, hey, my boyfriend is up there. It's Mario. So shush. Did she say shush?
Yeah.
Like, be quiet. So that shush, and she looks at it. It's like Mario, and the guards get alert, and it's like I was like, stupid bitch. Yeah, this movie is just.
Oh, man.
It's very... I think even if you're not a fan of the movie, I think you'd still be pretty insulted by this. Like, it just treats you like an idiot.
Yes, I'm still trying to get the brain cells back, guys. I don't know if I ever will, but jeez, well, I really de-evolved after watching that.
Yeah, so they took the Super Scope and made it into a de-evolved gun, which turned things back to their pre-evolution form. So when Dennis Hopper shot at the Scallop? It was Scallop. The other competing plumber company, he shoots him, and then you get the monkey scene where he's like, monkey! And then they used it on Koopa later to turn him back into that terrible T-Rex thing. But I did say at one point like the liquid thing looked good actually. Like
yeah,
it was
like reminiscent of like T-1000.
I was like, if you use that in the Terminator movie with the T1 or the T-1000 with the liquid metal, it was like that effect wouldn't have been too bad. And I also said the disintegrating effect wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, that was okay.
It was like the effects were wasted for this movie, I gotta say.
Yeah. Trying to think what else we can talk about now.
Those police cars also. Those police cars have no
brakes. Yeah.
They have to be stopped by a rope. What sense does that make?
No sense at all.
And then, like, when they went through that tunnel, the desert tunnel or whatever, it was like, these cars don't want to run on gasoline or something. They run through this, like, radio wave that powers the car. What? So they went into the tunnel, it cuts off the power. But then in the desert, you could have used the car there.
Yeah, it was a really strange alternate universe. When they're using, I guess, computers, they don't actually use a mouse like you pointed out. They use guns, so they shoot.
Oh, God. They use it to point and shoot.
Yeah.
You know what would have been insulting?
Yeah.
If they used an NES zapper for that.
Yeah, that would have actually. Actually, you know what? There's one scene I kind of liked, and I think you thought it was clever too. When Mario and Luigi get captured by the police, you know how like generally there's a mugshot right, that's done. I thought it was kind of cool the way that they did it, because it looked pretty. It would be pretty scary actually if you're in that situation where you're,
they're about to get shot.
Because it looks like they're gonna shoot you. They have the red dot coming on them, and then they take the picture instead. They don't actually shoot them. They take a picture when the red dots on them, but then it makes them look all like scared. I like that. That was actually cool.
They took a shot, and then I said, well, their lives flashed before their eyes,
which is true. Yeah,
which is true.
Like that was actually a decent moment, but other than that, yeah, I can't really recall much.
It's like tiny.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it was just like I'm trying to piece together like how they got from places to places. Yeah, so they turned Toad into a Goomba. Like we didn't mention that, but he gets turned into a Goomba, and then they give him a harmonica for some reason, just so we, the audience, can recognize.
Yeah, just him. Yeah.
And then later on, Luigi like sees him again, and is like, and then I turned to you. I was like, wait.
Doesn't he know?
They were in the same room together. They saw Toad get turned into the Goomba
Yeah.
and then place the thing on. So Luigi is like, and then you said, well, this movie is so forgettable that even Luigi forgot about Toad.
Totally forgot about Toad, yeah.
Oh, God, totally.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other things to say here. I was disappointed at to Al at the end where the king is brought back to human form.
Oh, yes, for some reason, without being hit by an evolution ray or, like, being placed back into the chair where he rises up. I don't know why they kept I think it might be because of Dennis Hopper's character putting the royal seat there. I was like, why would you put it there? And it's like, oh, it's probably because Dennis Hopper's character is a sick fuck. But yeah, so he comes back, and it's like, oh, hey, that's cool.
But there's no reunion, right? That was just kind of weird. I don't know. Him and Daisy don't reunite.
Oh, right. You remember when they were trying to go back? It was like hey, it's solid. And then I was like, and then Daisy takes out the rock and like makes it all like limp again so that it can go through.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd they get through the first time then? Because for Iggy and Spike go through, and if they needed that rock,
yeah,
how did they get through the rock in the first place? Because only Daisy had it. And,
Well,
which, going back even further, how did King Koopa go through it? Or did he come through afterwards? And like when you shoot the rock, it has like a 30-minute window of opportunity for you to go through. Maybe that's how you got through. It was like, you can't go through without the rock, it looked like. But you didn't establish that. It was just like they could go through it, but it was just like a hidden area. Oh, remember the dig site? They said there was a dig site, but guess where it is? It's under the sewers. I thought this was a dig site, not the sewers.
No.
And there was no underground theme, by the way.
No underground theme, no. Yeah, it just missed the mark. I forget, there's one scene that kind of summed up the whole movie. Remember, like, I was joking that, they're giving, Iggy and Spike are giving the rating of the movie. What did they say again? Something like 0 out of 5 or what
0.5 or something.
I forgot. But yeah, it was a 0 out of 5, guys. And one part that also baffled you is where they notice Daisy running in the streets, and they say 2 legs.
Oh! Iggy and Spike are so stupid. Here's how they found Daisy, or tried to find her. It's like, hey, Spike, so how do we know how to find Daisy, this person?
Was it 2 legs, and then what else? Was it 2 arms, 2 legs, and what else?
2 legs, 1 head, and 2 arms.
Yeah,
it's like, this movie gives kids cancer. Okay, it radiates cancer.
Oh man,
it's just bad. Like, I know it's kind of may sound like we're blowing out of proportion, but no, this movie hurts.
it does.
And then I asked you afterwards, like, which is worse, this movie or Pocket Ninjas?
I mean, in terms of
Pocket Ninjas is pretty bad too.
Yeah, in terms of production value, this had, I guess, the special effects going for it, but
and it was just
yeah,
slightly competent filming.
But Pocket Ninjas, I mean, it was very amateurish. It wasn't really basing itself off a video game or trying to tie into anything. So I guess we could forgive it more for that. But yeah, this is unforgivable, guys. I mean, like, this is based on a hugely successful franchise, and they just shat on it.
Yeah. So basically, what I said was like Pocket Ninjas in this movie are pretty bad, and I still own Pocket Ninjas. They're both pretty bad. But Pocket Ninjas did not destroy anything. It was just its own stupid movie.
Creation,
So it's like, it didn't destroy anything. But this, Mario Brothers, you would only ever watch this if you were a Mario or a fan of Nintendo and you wanted to see like a Mario movie, which this one you shouldn't.
Should.
This movie just destroys everything.
The sad thing is, comparing this with Pocket Ninjas, is this film unfortunately pocketed more money than Pocket Ninjas, which is sad.
I don't think Pocket Ninjas ever made a movie release.
No,
if it did, it would be pretty sad.
Yeah, it'd be pretty
straight
sad.
to DVD.
Probably straight to DVD. But yeah, this maybe should have been straight to VHS at the time, honestly.
Maybe this should have been straight to the garbage.
Yeah, the garbage dump. Yeah.
Plumbing.
Oh my god! You know how some films, like, on the back it says like it's made of recycling? It doesn't even say it can be recycled. So I guess that's how bad it is. Jeez.
The running time.
I don't think you'd want to recycle this piece of shit.
Let's see. Okay, yeah.
Usually on the side, you know how that the recycling.
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
See,
this movie's 104 minutes, which translates to 1 hour and 44 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not worth it. Well, at least it's short and not like a 2-hour. Well, short as in as short as it
it's
could
not
have
2
been.
hours, but damn. Anything else you can say about this?
I'm trying to quickly scan through my brain about the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else, and if I did, I'd have to do I would have to do like a review and point out all the things that just hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just so stupid.
I can't really recall anymore. I'm trying to forget it already, guys. I'm trying to fight it. Trying to forget this. Get a little botany from this movie.
What about the scene where Mario and Luigi were dancing with the Goombas?
On the elevator? Yeah.
That was so stupid. Mario was like, how'd you know they danced?
He goes, I got a feeling. I got a feeling. That's what he says, doesn't he?
He had a feeling. He was like, I had a feeling. And people love dancing. And I was like, you are so goddamn high.
Yeah.
Oh, Luigi. Oh, Luigi.
Yeah, I think this film, I mean, it definitely was trying to, I don't know if it was trying to compete with Jurassic Park, but the fact that it was
having dinosaurs related
as a central theme, yeah, it seemed like it was trying to a little bit. I mean, even Last Action Hero,
I enjoyed Last Action Hero.
It was good, but it did take a shot at one scene where like it was, I think they were doing a parody of Jurassic Park. Remember, like that one scene, like where his, I think they were filming like a movie within a movie kind of thing, and there was like a dinosaur. So they were, a lot of movies were trying to make references to Jurassic Park at the time because it was widely successful
for good reasons.
But unfortunately, in this case, this was the complete opposite. I mean, I cannot recommend this movie to anyone, guys. Honestly, it's just.
I definitely would not recommend.
Super.
Right! Before I forget,
what would you have said as the as your tagline for?
It blows.
Yeah, actually, that's good. I would say. Super forgettable. That's what would be my quote.
This ain't no game. It's a shitty live-action adaptation. Before I forget, you know how it's like, the dinosaurs evolved into humans. I just couldn't get out of my head where like Dennis Hopper's character keeps saying like, "You mammals." It's like we both have hands and we're almost the same. It's like, what's up with you? Like, if they did truly evolve, they wouldn't have looked human. This is why it should be animated and not a live action. This was just waste of everyone's time and killed more chances for video game adaptions.
Well, I was trying to warn Wizward not to watch it, but he really wanted to see what it was about.
It's just one of those things where you just have to see it for yourself to truly comprehend the horrors that is the movie.
Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm glad I didn't watch it by myself though, because honestly I wanted to turn it off at one point, but I was like, we got to sit this through and see it through. Well, we didn't have to, but I wanted us to, so then we can also bring you this vlog and archive this.
Brother.
So do you have anything else to say? Because I honestly don't.
Nah. I forgot. I don't know.
I don't even remember what we're talking about. So, stay away from Super Mario Brothers, the movie, and grab yourself a 1-Up.
And promise we'll be back.
Yes. So stay tuned for more. Hit the red button.
Oh.
Look at all this Mario stuff I have. Like,
well, this is one thing you don't want to have, guys. Don't have this in your collection, honestly. Jeez.
I was like, I'm surprised you still actually have the movie in your collection.
I shouldn't. I know.
But yeah, okay, so the movie starts out talking about dinosaurs and how this meteor that killed them split their dimensions apart. Yeah. So now there's a dinosaur world, and now there's our world, the human
Manhattan
world.
And Dino Hudson, yeah.
And it's not too far of a stretch because Mario was dragged in from our world into another world, the Mushroom Kingdom. So it was still a little weird, but it was still weird, but it wasn't too far-fetched if you think about it. Like, for instance, you remember when they were taken into the police station, and it was like, "Hey, what's your name?" It's like, "Mario." "What's your last name?" "Mario."
Yeah.
And it's like, you think about it, it's kind of stupid, and I thought it was stupid too. Yeah. Luigi is like, "What's your first name?" "Luigi." "What's your last name?" "Mario." And it's like, what? Why would you ever do that? But then you said, "Oh, they're the Mario Brothers," and then I had to pause and be like,
well, that's still pretty silly though. I don't know. Is it?
I was like, you feel like I just got stupider because I think my brain cells actually killed themselves to forget because 24 minutes in I was like, Hey, D. Tyson, I forgot what just happened in the last 30 minutes of this movie. This movie.
Even the characters forgot what the hell was going on. Remember that? It's like, Mario, what? He forgot to do where something was, or Luigi, Luigi was forgetting something. I forgot.
Just we'll get to that part. But yeah, this movie. This is back in that age where it's like because video games were popular back then.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make a big movie to cash in on it. So stuff like Ninja Turtles, Transformers, stuff. Some of it was successful, like say the Mortal Kombat movie we watched last time. And then they tried it with Super Mario. Sounds like a good idea.
Nah.
Man, it was just stupid.
This came out in, I believe, 1993. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a scene in the movie where there was a massive car chase where Mario and Luigi were using a police car, right?
Yeah.
And then we had a thought. Well, Al had a thought that maybe this inspired Mario Kart, guys. That'd be scary enough.
I was like, is that the one good thing in this movie? It inspired that? That'd be terrible. So yeah, the movie. Okay, the way it started out, just kind of like we're in a completely different movie. It starts talking about dinosaurs, and sure, in the Mario game, like Super Mario World, which I also have.
World.
In Super Mario World, there are dinosaurs. There is dinosaur land.
Yeah, Yoshi.
Like, look at this. I'm not claiming to be a Mario fan, but I own the games. I like them, and they're good.
Well, you recognize most of the characters too. So yeah, you're definitely a fan because there was some names that I wasn't aware of, and he knew who the characters were. Like Big Bertha is not a fish in this movie.
Oh,
she's like a big bouncer woman.
She's a big black bouncer fat lady. I feel so bad for her.
One of those scenes was extremely uncomfortable, right? In the club or wherever they were in.
Yeah, that was just.
It didn't make any sense.
Well, and also, not only did they ruin Mario, they ruined the Super Scope.
Yeah, even though Super Scope was featured. Yeah.
It was in the movie as the de-evolution gun.
Yep, it was.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Back.
Yes. And we're back with another vlog-related stuff on a movie we just recently watched.
Yes. And you know what? My brain's not back yet, guys.
Yeah, the movie we watched today, if you can't tell...
Super Mario Brothers.
The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh. It's a blast.
That's what
this ain't no game. It's a live-action thrill ride. Starring Bob Hopkins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, who played...
people who said it's a blast is the Washington Post.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'll let you read the back description.
You want to read the back description?
Yes.
Alright, so it says... Somebody said it's eye-popping special effects. That was by 60-second preview. Maybe they only watched 60 seconds of the movie. I mean, the special effects were okay, I guess.
Yeah, they were. And if you're watching it for 60 seconds, it's kind of hard to...
Yeah. Alright, so buckle up and hang on tight. The discovery of a parallel universe launches you into the adventure of a lifetime. Yeah, sure. Mario and Luigi, two wacky plumbers, undertake a daring quest to save a princess in Dino Hatton?
Dino Hatton, like Manhattan.
Dino Hatton, okay. A hidden world where the inhabitants evolved from dinosaurs. Mario, Bob Hoskins, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and Luigi, John Leguizamo, regarding Henry, face deadly challenges from diabolical lizard king Dennis Hopper, Hoosiers, and must battle giant reptilian Goombas, outwit misfit thugs, and undermine a sinister scheme to take over the world. Blast off for non-stop excitement with Super Mario Brothers, the live-action thrill ride that dazzled moviegoers everywhere. Yes, dazzled or baffled? Come on.
Oh,
I think they baffled.
Certainly dazzled it in. Man,
come on, man.
This movie is terrible.
It was bad, guys. After watching it, I actually...
You watched it back when you were a kid, you said.
No, I didn't.
Or when you were younger.
I missed it. It was on TV, guys, a little bit. I saw a little bit of it on TV. And then I watched it a few years ago. And it was bad. Oh my god. And it's bad today too, guys. There's a theme of de-evolving in this, and I think we've just de-evolved after watching this.